Дай гранату, пацан.
О, по нам! Це по нам! Обережно! Лягай, лягай!
Танчик, ложись, блядь. Бегай, блядь, сука, бегай, блядь.
The Russians advance in columns. Armor and infantry press forward simultaneously across a narrow front. This is not a probe. Weeks of sustained pressure are now concentrating in a single sector, in force. The Ukrainian units push forward with limited numbers. Small groups advance section by section toward the trench positions lost in earlier fighting, using every available moment of cover. The enemy does not slow. Russian forces strike at multiple points along the line, maintaining simultaneous pressure and giving the Ukrainian units no time to regroup. The gap is closing fast. Enemy forces have moved to direct contact range, close enough now that individual voices carry across the position. However, the most difficult moments are still ahead. Two Russian soldiers close to lethal range. A single grenade is thrown, both neutralized on the first attempt. At this point, the Bradleys deliver two infantry teams directly to the front, functioning simultaneously as fire platforms and troop carriers, suppressing the enemy while the soldiers push toward the trench line. The reinforcements arrive. The line steadies.
Не стріляти, тут наші! Не стріляти, тут наші!
The enemy closes in again. A Russian soldier opens fire at direct range. A grenade is thrown in response. It falls short.
Джокер, максимально вправо рухайся! Я тримаю бліндаж!
A second grenade follows. This time it finds its mark, and the position is cleared. But what the Ukrainian units are about to face will be on an entirely different scale. At this point, the picture changes entirely. As the Ukrainian vehicles pull back, the crews observe more than 1,000 enemy vehicles advancing in parallel columns across a narrow front, the equivalent of two full brigades, concentrated in a single sector. Nothing in the initial assessment had anticipated this.
Це вони по Бредлі стріляють?
A single soldier raises an RPG and fires. The round strikes the vehicle exactly where the crew commander is seated. The Bradley absorbs the hit and drives on. The Ukrainian tanks move against the advancing columns. Working at range, they engage the lead elements before the enemy can consolidate, halting the advance vehicle by vehicle and leaving the columns behind them burning. The approach routes have been seeded with mines. The enemy columns are channeled onto predictable paths and into prepared fields of fire. The terrain itself has become part of the defense. But the enemy keeps pushing. Russian tanks and heavy weapons press with sustained force, and the Ukrainian soldiers respond from cover with RPGs, targeting each vehicle that enters effective range, forcing the advance back one engagement at a time. The position holds.
Танчик, ложись, блядь. Бегай, блядь, сука, бегай, блядь.
The drones are readied. Ukrainian FPV operators, strike platforms that carry explosive payloads and deliver them directly onto target, begin engaging the advancing columns from above, striking where the tanks and RPGs cannot reach. A Ukrainian tank fires. Direct hit, the Russian vehicle is destroyed, and the tankers continue down the column.
Чуєш, звідти Бредлі їдуть?
Уши заткни!
Despite everything, the infantry pushes forward again. The lost positions must be recaptured.
Аль-Каїда, блядь, сам пішов. Вони лівіше, десь на 11.
Ти бачиш?
Ну звідти голоса чутно.
Сука, та припиніть двигання, ти тут головне на нас.
The advance continues. The soldiers move with discipline, using every available fragment of cover and exposing themselves only when there is no alternative.
Аль-Каїда! Поряд! Гранати, у тебе є гранати? Аль-Каїді потрібні гранати.
A friendly team calls for grenades. Their supply is exhausted. The request moves between units without delay.
Я просто не розумію, де вони.
The enemy responds. Russian grenades land inside the trench lines, and one Ukrainian soldier is hit.
Отут дирка. Дирка, просто дирка, маленька.
Ай, блядь, нихуя.
The wounded soldier cannot move on his own. Every route out is covered. Enemy armor holds the open ground. There is no smoke, and moving without cover means direct exposure at lethal range. Leaving him is not an option. They call for the drone team. The drone rises and begins transmitting. From altitude, the operators relay what the soldiers on the ground cannot see: enemy positions, open routes, the exact path the Bradley needs to take. The objective is to bring the vehicle and the men together.
Або мене нахуй виводять, або я вам, сука, мішаю.
Ми тебе понесемо.
Ні, мужики, ви, блядь, без мене підете, я залишаюсь. Та ні, та я серйозно.
Meanwhile, the drone holds overhead, relaying corrections in real time, closing the gap between the men and the vehicle. This extraction has to work on the first attempt.
Ми поможемо зараз йому, коротше.
Який з адреналін колоти, я попробую йому.
Smoke rounds go out across the open ground. The wounded soldier has one instruction: stay silent.
Все, возьми его, как бы он не кричал, короче, тащишь его, блядь, за руки держишь. Все. Чуешь, не бросаешь.
Я понял.
The wounded soldier cannot walk. His comrade drags him through the trench and across the open ground, moving as fast as the smoke allows. Following the smoke, the Bradley closes the distance. The crew pushes as far forward as the ground permits. Ramp open and ready.
Так, все тут?
Так.
Ти йдеш останній, Риш йде перший. Йдеш перший з прикриттям туди.
Щас.
До Бредлі дійшла, з Бредлі закрила, ти взяв магазин і від Бредлі починаєш працювати далі.
One soldier breaks from cover and runs. He crosses open ground, fully exposed, without slowing, and he reaches the vehicle. The wounded man is pulled from the trench. Two soldiers carry him toward the ramp, one on each side, moving quickly through what remains of the smoke. The team reaches the vehicle, every man accounted for, and the ramp closes.
Мужики, я прошу вас, ноги мої. Братан, ще раз мені таке підсунеш, дайте.
Inside, the adrenaline gives way. The pain is sharp. His comrades hold him steady and tell him he is out, he is moving, and a medic is waiting. The Bradley covers approximately 200 meters and reaches a position clear of contact. The wounded soldier is transferred to medical personnel without delay. And so the Leopard tanks take position at the front. They work through the remaining Russian armor, targeting vehicles in motion, engaging at direct fire range. A Russian tank takes a direct hit on the first round and is knocked out. The columns that pressed so hard are now burning or stalled. The push has been broken. Overflights later count approximately 900 enemy personnel lost. The sector holds.